From today, a new EU rule comes into force that is supposed to make the fishing industry more sustainable. Under the old rules, unwanted catch was returned to the sea, dead or alive. Now they must be brought back to shore and counted against a quota. And I'm joined now by Rebecca Hubbard, the Programme Director with the conservation NGO Our Fish. Well, good morning to you. So are you welcoming this new move or does it not go far enough in your opinion?
Well, the ban on discarding is definitely a good move for making European fisheries more sustainable and for ending the waste of fish that shouldn't be caught in the first place. But unfortunately, we still need EU governments to work a lot harder at enforcing this rule, although it's new in the sense that it comes into force fully today. It's been coming for 4 years, and a lot more needs to be done to make sure that it really works.
And what needs to be done in that case to make sure that it works? Is your concern that EU governments are just not going to enforce it and allow the old state of play to continue?
Well, that's exactly right. And in fact, this ban has been coming for the last 4 years, since 2013, 5 years now. And fishermen and the industry and governments should have put a lot more effort into improving the selectivity of the EU fishing industry. But instead, unfortunately, they've spent a lot of time trying to work out ways to avoid implementing this law. So really there's a lot to be done, and monitoring and enforcing the rules at sea is really, really important.
OK, but fishermen will argue, or some fishermen will argue, that these new regulations are endangering their livelihoods. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't think that the regulations are endangering livelihoods. What they are doing is they are trying to change some very, very unsustainable and wasteful practices. I mean, this law was brought in 2013 after a lot of work from many civil society groups, from the industry and from governments, because around 1.7 million tonnes of fish and marine life that are not wanted were being caught and then thrown back dead or dying. And everybody agrees that that is an enormous waste of fish resources, and it's not good. It doesn't help create healthy oceans. So if the governments still believe in that, then really what needs to be done is just a bit more effort to actually make this law real on the water, and it's definitely possible.
But how can you stop? How can you stop fishermen throwing their discarded fish back into the sea? How can you monitor that in reality?
So there's two steps. One is we definitely need more selective fishing practices, and that can happen with more selective gear and fishing only in certain places and times. But then, as you say, monitoring is very, very important. And what is happening all over the world is the use of CCTV and cameras on board boats, and that can actually be really also very good for the industry as well, because it helps to bring transparency, and it also helps to demonstrate what they are seeing on the water. It helps to verify the kind of the state of fish stocks that they're seeing on the water, which can be really, really beneficial for the seafood industry.
OK, well, Rebecca Hubbard from NGO Our Fish, thanks so much for joining us on the programme.